Okay, it says I'm live. All right. All right. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Here a few minutes early just to make sure that we have good calm, we have a good picture, we have a good connection. So, welcome everyone. We have about 5 bonus minutes. I'm okay with it, so you can be okay with it. It's nice to have you. Welcome Tuesday morning. Getting the day going. If you if you are here for a few minutes, you can just hang out. We can just be. I always welcome a cup of coffee if that makes your yoga practice better. Make sure you have water. Okay, take good care of yourself. This practice is all about taking good care of yourself, finding good habits that we implement on a regular basis, daily basis if we can, so that we feel good. And then we also, when we don't feel good, we have certain resources so that we can change our attitudes in relating to the uncomfortables that crop up at any moment. The practice of yoga. Today we'll be doing some asanas that address the lower body. Center of gravity. Working on the center of gravity. If we can get the center of gravity to relax, the rest of the structure, the fascial structure, will start to reorganize itself in a way that our nervous system is just more aligned. If you have questions about yoga, please reach out. How can it help your day to day life? Well, this practice, this 25 minutes, I'm going to offer you some foundations on how you can bring it into your everyday life. These foundations are game changers. I look at yoga as a very farmer practical practice. Farmer practical. Anybody, any farmers out there? I was a farmer and a beekeeper. And when you're working on a farm, You don't do anything that's not practical. It's not efficient. So this is a very farmer practical practice. Look in the last few ticks coming into official time. We like to start on time and end on time so that we can value your time. And 8 a.m. on the dot. A very good Tuesday morning welcome. On behalf of Comeback Yoga, my name is Eric. I'll be your yoga guide today as we address the lower body. The lower body. The lower body is the center of gravity of this human organism. So, what an honor to be able to address this important part of the nervous system. And Comeback Yoga is a very important nonprofit organization that addresses the needs of the veteran community by providing free yoga classes and training for veterans up and down the Front Range here in Colorado, from Fort Collins all the way down to Colorado Springs and everything in between. I think we're right up into the 50s, 60s class. We got about 50 something classes for you to choose. So please come on into the website, check out your schedule, find a crew that's close to you and a time that's convenient for yourself. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you come. And if this inspires you and you find yourself wanting to either go through a training or volunteer or donate, we could use all the help that we can get. So without further ado, the lower body. Let's go ahead and get into our first position, and then I'll explain what we're looking at, the foundations of the practice. So our first uh, pose for today is going to be the Hindi squat. So go ahead and take a wide step out and then just start dropping the tailbone. Now, get whatever support that you need. If you need a block, please use a block. But we want to start working the tailbone towards the mat. Now, you don't have to do anything because gravity will just do this. But we do want to set ourselves up. The first principle in our practice is to breathe in a way that there is no pausing in the breath cycle. Smooth inhales to smooth exhales, no pausing in the breath cycle. First principle, number one. And don't worry, I'll say it many times over the next 25 minutes. But no pausing in the breath cycle. Smooth inhales and smooth exhales. And then our next principle that we want to look at is to find the sweet spot. Now, as you're in this posture, okay, find your sweet spot. Whatever that is for you, you're looking for the sweet spot. Now, the sweet spot is on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you don't feel anything, 10 is sharp and painful. You're looking for that 4, 5, 6 sweet spot. Anything above 6, it starts to become uncomfortable to painful. We don't want to, in this particular class, I am going to invite you to keep finding the sweet spot. I want to encourage the feeling of comfort, the feeling of this feels good. All right. So no pausing in the breath cycle. And then in everything that we do, we want to find the sweet spot, encouraging slow, easy development of the postures and slow, easy releasing of the fascial system and reorganization of the fascial system. So that's where we're at in the practice. Okay. So that's good enough on that for right now. So go ahead and you can sit down on your seat, straighten out your legs, and then just give a little tap on the on the floor with your legs, this little tapotement. You see this tapotement? That's just letting the fascia relax and the muscle tissue to kind of relax off the bone. All right. And then the next is the good old butterfly. All right, butterfly. So bottoms of the feet together, opening the knees, and you want to sit up nice and straight. You can use your arms as support like this, and then just give a little flap, just to let the knees open and close. It should be easy and feel good. Okay, easy and feel good. We're just getting the adductors engaged, the inner thigh. Okay. And then a little bit more intense, we're going to sit up into the posture, into the stretch, and then go ahead and grab your feet. And then we want to start bringing some pressure down. Now, how we do this safely is number one is no pausing in the breath cycle. That's our first principle. And then we want to find the sweet spot. So start pressing the sternum forward and drawing your shoulders back and down, back and down. Now, maybe we've been working on this for several weeks now, and you want to just keep breathing. Now, as we're in the stretch, no pausing in the breath cycle, find the sweet spot. It should feel good. I'm encouraging it to feel good. All right. Now, the next principle is to look for any opportunities for relaxation. Like I just felt my inner thighs just open up a little bit, relax a little bit, and open up a little bit more. So it could be different for you, but you're looking for anything in the body to relax or any big organic breaths, where you're just kind of hanging out and then you feel that big organic breath come out of nowhere. That's what we're looking for. All right. Any opportunities for a body part to relax or any organic breaths. All right. And then release. And then go ahead and straighten out those legs. And then give it that little tapotement. Shake on let that muscle tissue, let that fascia just kind of relax away from the bone. Okay. Let's go ahead and open up the hips. Do some twists and open up the hips. So we'll lean on the right side. Okay, that left knee comes to the bottom of the right foot. And then we're going to have a little twist. So you're going to take your left hand, put it on right behind your tailbone. And then that right hand is going to help facilitate this twist. All right. So on the inhale, you want to lift up. And on that exhale, you want to twist over to the left. And then lifting up through the crown of the head. No pausing in the breath cycle. Find the sweet spot. All right. And then look for any opportunities to relax, or a body part relaxes, or a muscle relaxes, or any organic breath where that big relaxing breath comes out of nowhere. All right. No pausing in the breath cycle. Find the sweet spot and looking up and over that left shoulder. And look for any organic breaths, and then go ahead and release and do a little counter twist the opposite way, and then switch it up. Switch it up. So right knee on the sole of the left foot, and then that right hand's going to go and support the twist at the base of the spine here, and then that left hand will help facilitate that twist. Now, On that inhale, you want to lift up, straight up. And then on that exhale, twisting over to the right. Lifting up and twisting over. All right, no pausing in the breath cycle. And then look for any opportunities to relax. A body part relax, a muscle relax, or any big organic breaths. Any of those breaths that just kind of come out of nowhere and it's like a, you kind of feel it. All right. And then go ahead and release that. Offer yourself a little counter twist on the other side. Okay. And then we want to go back and forth now. So from this position, we want to just work on this mobility. Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Back and forth. It should feel good. Find the sweet spot. You don't want to force anything. But we are releasing these hips, allowing that fascial system to relax. Okay. And then straighten out the legs. Give that little tapotment movement. Million. Yeah. Up, 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 up. And then shake it out. Okay. Next exercise is child's pose. Child's pose. A little bit more intense. Sometimes it's good to roll up your mat a little bit. Sometimes if it's a little stressful on the knees, if it's not comfortable, I'd rather go for comfort over anything. So finding some padding on the knees, on the sides of the knees, because the knees open up and then the toes touch. And we set ourselves up for this hip opener. Child's pose. Now, feeling good. If you're feeling good and you feel like to continue, go ahead and start bringing the torso down towards the mat. Now, allow yourself as much support as you need, okay, to find a nice stretch in the hip. Now, I'm not going to go all the way down because I have a mic on, but I can still feel that sweet spot. And breathe. No pausing in the breath cycle. Find the sweet spot. And then look for any opportunities to relax. So you might notice that the back relaxes or there's some more space in the hips. And look for any opportunities for big organic breaths. And then I'll give you a third one. And that is to look for any opportunities for the mind to relax. Where you're just aware, that relaxed attentiveness, where you're very present. And the mind is just relaxed. All right, so another opportunity. So we'll look for opportunities to relax, opportunities for big organic breaths, or for the mind to relax. That relaxed attentiveness. And then start coming on up. Child's pose. All right. And then go ahead and sit back on your seat. Straighten out your legs. And then that tapotment. Figure four. Figure four. All right. This is we'll lead up into pigeon, but let's go ahead and do figure four. I got a bunch of friends that have some issues with hips, so me thinking about them. We'll start in figure four. And we'll take our right ankle and put it over the left knee. Now, if that feels good, you find your sweet spot. If you'd like to give a little bit more pardon me, intensity, you can press your hand against your right knee, opening it up. And then the next level would be to reach through, grab your hamstring, and you'd have a strong stretch. All right. Same principles. No pausing in the breath cycle. Those smooth inhales to exhale, exhale to inhale. Always find the sweet spot, operating in the sweet spot. And then look for any opportunities to relax, any big organic breaths, or that relaxed attentiveness. All right. And then release that. Switch it up. And then you want to find the same intensity as you did on from one side over to the other side. Balance it out. Have a nice stretch and breathing, no pausing in the breath cycle. And look for any opportunities to relax. Any big organic breaths or any relaxation of the mind. That relaxed attentiveness. And when you look right at it, look right at the TV, the pictures in our head, in your head. And release. And then come on up. We'll shake that out. When you hear me say shake that out, you can just give it a little shake, a little deportment. And then at a more intense level, we will do pigeon. All right, pigeon. So I'd like to come into pigeon from downward facing dog. So let's come into downward facing dog. And then I want to give you a little bit of opportunity to pedal it out, bend the knee, make it feel good. Yeah, you pedal it out, make it feel good. In this class, I'm looking for functional medicine. So, and that requires not stressing anything out too much. Just give it a nice stretch. Okay, downward facing dog. So press the heels in, let the hips rise to the ceiling. Exhale everything out, and then lift the right leg up, and then the right knee comes to the right wrist for pigeon. Draping the lower leg across the mat, and then find your sweet spot. Now, just let the torso start coming towards the mat. I'm not going to go all the way down because I got a mic, but you can still feel a nice stretch without pushing anything. And again, no pausing in the breath cycle. That's sometimes the toughest one for anybody. As I've been teaching this for years now, is just relearning how to breathe in a way that there's no pausing in the breath cycle. You know, it's the interesting thing is I'm cueing this way of breathing, no pausing in the breath cycle. But I tell you the truth when I say that it is your most natural way of breathing. Yes, it is. No pausing in the breath cycle. So we're just reintroducing what's most natural. It's very pleasing to the nervous system. And then the second principle, finding the sweet spot. If we can just give enough stimulation to the nervous system to encourage change and restructuring, it will go way smoother. It will move way faster, and you will find more changes more quickly than by forcing anything. You don't want to understimulate and you don't want to overstimulate. You want to find that sweet spot. That will be the most efficient way of changing. Okay. Very good. And then start coming on up. Curl those left toes under. Kick that right leg out. Shake it out. Downward facing dog. And then exhale everything out. Lift up that left leg. Left knee, left wrist. Draping the lower leg across the mat. And then there we go. Balance it out. Find your balance. Now, no pausing in the breath cycle. Find the sweet spot. And then the mind is so, right, got a lot of momentum. So as you get these principles down and they become natural to you, you can give your mind, if it gets too monkey mindish, monkey mind, you got a million billion things going on, up. Well, in this practice, you can give the mind the task of watching out for any opportunities to relax. So that would be a muscle structure, a muscle, or a whole set of muscles, or the whole body itself, where everything just relaxes. Something's tense or tight, and then it relaxes, and you notice it. So that's an opportunity for relaxation. The second is an opportunity for a big organic breath. That is important because those big organic breaths are recognitions that the body is coming into parasympathetic response. That's your rest and digest. So any organic breaths, welcome them, look for them. And the third is any opportunity for the mind to relax. That relaxed attentiveness, where you are very present here, now. All right, start coming on up. Kick that left leg back. Shake it out. Downward facing dog. And then go ahead and come into a seated position. And we're coming in the last few minutes, so let's go ahead and prime the nervous system and just follow along with me. Give yourself a hug, right arm over left. And then take a nice big deep breath in through the nostril while you're giving yourself a hug and rubbing your shoulders. And then exhale through pursed lips. Breath in through the nostril. Nice and deep and juicy. And then exhale through pursed lips. This is bringing down the heart rate. Big breath in through the nostril. And then let it go through pursed lips. And then switch it up. Left arm over right. Big breath in through the nostril. And then let it go through pursed lips. Breath in through the nostril. And then let it go. And then let's go ahead and turn off the TV, a little snap attack. Just going to snap on opposite sides of the ear like this. Like boop, boop. And a 1, 2, 3. And a 1, 2. And a 1, 2. And a little tap on the head. Nice and easy. Okay. And then the prefrontal lobe. You want to act to get that blood flow into the prefrontal lobe. Curious, open, allowing, and loving. Curious, open, allowing, and loving. All right. We're coming into the last couple minutes here of the practice. All right. So we've released the lower body, stimulated the nervous system, connected left and right of the hemispheres of the brain, stimulated the prefrontal lobe, regulated our heart rate, activated parasympathetic nervous system. Now let's bring it into the rest of the day. Look for opportunities to breathe naturally all throughout your day, no pausing in the breath cycle. Always find the sweet spot in everything that you do. And then throughout the day, look for opportunities to relax, big organic breaths, or that relaxed attentiveness where there you are present, grounded, here, now, peaceful, no mind, relaxed mind, attentive. I want to thank you for sharing your yoga practice with me today, from one veteran to another, and all those that love us, support us, and care for us. Have an amazing day. Be safe. Be happy. Namaste.